Legends Cricket Trophy is back with a grander avatar in 2024. After its cracking first season in India, the Legends are geared up for a dazzling start to Season 2 at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium in Sri Lanka. The biggest names that have ever played the game are now raring to make it count for the 7 teams in a power-packed 12-day tournament. Hello, good evening and welcome to the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium here in Sri Lanka for match number 1 of the Legends Cricket Trophy Season 2. It's the New York Strikers taking on the Dubai Giants. We've already been graced with a wonderful opening ceremony, some celebrities that have come over from India to enjoy the start of what promises to be an exceptional and exciting tournament. It's match number 1. Harbhajan Singh's Dubai Giants taking on the New York Strikers led by Yuvraj Singh. 2 cricketing legends, and there's a lot more where they come from. Seven teams will do battle over the course of the next 2 weeks, culminating in a final played here in Pallekele on the 19th of March. The Delhi Devils, the Colombo Lions, the Rajasthan Kings, Kandy Samp Army, of course the Strikers, Punjab Royal and the Dubai Giants. A little bit earlier in the evening, Roshan Abasingha was out in the middle with the 2 captains, Harbhajan Singh and Yuvraj Singh. And it was Harbhajan Singh who called correctly and decided that they would have a field first. The Dubai Giants winning the toss and electing to field first. Well, he was a busy man a little bit earlier, Roshan Abasingha. He's now alongside me. Roshan, two teams riddled with superstars.
Absolutely, HT, and it is promising to be very exciting. It's a wonderful evening here at the Pallekele International Stadium. As you said, very impressive start, the opening ceremony. And, of course, the teams are started with some really big names. Some Sri Lankan names, well-known, and also players from around the world. And it is great to have this tournament in Sri Lanka. And so many fantastic former cricketers in action. And I can tell you it's going to be a treat.
Yeah, some of them fresh out the game. Others who have been out the game for some time. Think of Chadwick Walton for the New York Strikers. He's been seen in some of these leagues around the world in recent times. Alvaro Peterson at the top of the order. What a wonderful test player he was for South Africa. Dinesh Ramdin for the Dubai Giants. He will have the gloves today. And that's never easy after retirement, coming back in and keeping wicket. Harbhajan Singh, the captain, Yuvraj Singh, are there 2 bigger names than that in world cricket? Colin de Grandon from New Zealand, the all-rounder. What a powerful striker of the ball he is. Dan Christian as well, the Australian all-rounder. Played lots of county cricket. Isuru Dana, now there's a name. The big, tall left armer from Sri Lanka. He'll terrorise some of these men, Roshan. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he's a very fit lad, I'll tell you, and he's been playing a lot of cricket around the world. And yeah, there are a few more Sri Lankans. Tisara Pereira is there, Sikuge Prasanna, Lairu Tirimana, so quite a few of them. And that is looking a picture. Pallekele is always a beautiful place to play cricket. It's a good surface. We have seen some really fantastic cricket in the recent past. And we're just looking forward to some fantastic, really entertaining cricket here.
Well, as I mentioned, Rosh, you were a busy man earlier and you had the opportunity to chat to the 2 captains a little bit earlier.
We are looking to chase because we don't know. It's been raining quite a bit here. The ground is still wet, so we want to use this advantage, while chasing.
So how about your team? All of them fit, ready, available?
Well, this is the first game. Everyone is fit and ready to go, and of course, it's a great tournament, great format. Lovely to be playing against such legends like Yuvraj Singh and many others taking part in this competition.
Excited to be playing here?
Yes. Nice to be back in Sri Lanka, beautiful country.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you about the team because it might be tough. All the best.
Thank you so much.
because it's been raining and toss is not in your hands, so try and get some runs on the board.
So what about your team?
Yeah,
Fit?
That
That must be a challenge, fitness.
Yeah, challenge with my fitness, but I think the guys are pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Whatever squad we have, I think we got a really good squad, but I think you have to show the performance on the field.
Yeah, so excited to be here?
Yes, I was talking to someone that I've come to Sri Lanka after like 11, 12 years. I haven't played in such a long time, and it's nice to be back. Nice to be back in the hilly areas of Kandy, so hopefully we can have a good game.
All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, both relatively happy with what they are going to have to do up front here. Yuvraj Singh is going to have to take his team out and have a bat first on this surface. There was a little bit of rain earlier on in Pallekele, a little bit unexpected, but the curator and the ground staff, as they so often do in Sri Lanka, work their magic, and the ground is ready to have some action on it. But due to the rain, there is some revised playing conditions. What should be a 15-over a-side match is now just a 9-over per team match. 4 bowlers can bowl a maximum of 2 overs. That means 1 bowler will bowl 1 and 2 overs of a bowling power play. There will be no batting power play. Now, what the batting power play is, looking forward to the rest of the fixtures, is that after over number 10, the batting team can allocate 1 over of power play, where there will be some fielding restrictions imposed on the fielding side again. Roshan, you were out there a little bit earlier and you saw the surface. Does it look a good one for T20 cricket? Is the rain going to have an effect on it?
Interestingly, it looks a good one. It was under the covers, but then it wasn't really heavy rain. So I feel that there was a tinge of green on it and looks hard and looks a good surface. And generally pitches in Pallekele has lent itself for runs in T20 cricket, and I don't think the toss plays a big role here, because teams have chased down big scores, and also teams have generally been comfortable batting first too. So it is a good surface for the shortest format, and batters have enjoyed this venue.
Well, every time I come to this lovely ground, I always remember that wonderful innings that the ex-one-day international captain of Sri Lanka, Dasan Shanaka, played here against Australia in that famous victory for Sri Lanka, a position where they had no right winning that one-day international, and what a game it was, well supported by the local cricket lovers as well.
Yeah, I think it was something like 60 runs of 3 overs. As you said, Sri Lanka had no right to win it. Australia was winning all the way, but that was a fantastic knock. Well, Sachit Patirana, he is more into coaching, I must say. Left-arm spinner, played for Sri Lanka, and I'm encouraged to see people turning up to watch this game. Kandy generally, Pallekele generally is a cricket-loving place, and lots of districts surrounding this place, adjoining this place. So teams, players are very popular. So you'll have crowds turning up. And well, you're talking about keeping wickets, Dinesh Ramdeen. It's going to be challenging for him. But you reckon he'll stand up with spin bowlers, or he'll prefer to stand back?
Well, I think that's the thing about age, is that you still think you can do all the things that you could do when you were 19, 20. And it's the next morning, though, where the knees and the thighs and the biceps, they start to hurt ever so slightly. As Harbhajan said, Singh said to you at the toss, he said that everyone is fit at the moment because it's the start of the tournament.
And I like what Yuvraj said. He said the same thing. They're very sharp. And he said the question was about himself, his fitness. But I think it's great to have these guys turning up and wanting to play. And though the game is short, 15 overs still can be pretty challenging for players who've been out of the game for a while, who's maybe possibly not paying much attention to fitness, and suddenly turning up. And the danger will be, as you said, if they attempt to do something that they tried or they did 10 or 15 years ago, diving or going for a catch, sliding, things like that. So they'll have to be careful.
Well, 2 match officials who were making their way onto the field, Sanga Jayasuriya and Deepal Gunawardena.
These are experienced umpires from Sri Lanka, Surya and Deepal. They are pretty experienced.
Two good coaches as well. Nice to see that Dave Houghton from Zimbabwe, who will be looking after the Dubai Giants. What a wonderful player Dave Houghton was. Actually just recently left his post of coach of Zimbabwe, and Chaminda Vas, who will be with the New York Strikers, the wonderful left arm bowler who, well, he operated from one end while the great Mutai Muratharan operated from the other, and together they destroyed many a visiting team to this venue. But we're nearly underway here. They've been eager to get things started, have the legends. They've all worked very, very hard to make sure that they're fit and ready for this tournament. And let's make no bones about it, is that they might have been out the game for a while, some of them, but they still like to win. And there is a trophy that's up for grabs here.
Right, the two umpires are out there. So we're going to see the first ball very, very shortly. Dubai Giants, they've won the toss. And Harbhajan wasn't sure how the surface would play, so he thought best is to try and chase. And there you are, they're ready to come out. It's a team of stars. And who are the openers for New York? Strikers, let's see. Looks like Lahiru Thirimana, that's one of them. Lahiru Thirimana used to open the batting in Test cricket. Batted a lot in the middle order in the white ball format. Carries the number 66 that he had when he played for Sri Lanka. And here comes the Dubai Giants for the first ball of the first game. This Legends Cricket Trophy 2024 Season 2. So we have this huddle. That's pretty common these days. Every team, they step over the boundary and they could get into that huddle at the final few words of encouragement. Harbhajan Singh, the captain, he looks pretty fit to me.
Well, I think the beauty of these tournaments that are played all around the world, and I'm not speaking about the Legends tournament, I'm talking about those currently playing in the game professionally, is that it's made so many friendships. You know, so often teams just played against each other, country against country. Now they're teammates, they all know each other. So that little team huddle that Harbhajan Singh had there, that discussion or that team talk would have been a lot easier now than what it would have been, say, 20 years ago, because he wouldn't have known anyone. But now some of them would have been his teammates in some of the leagues that they would have represented over the years.
Absolutely, HD, I think I couldn't have agreed more with you. The fact that players tend to bond well, they know each other, and these leagues have done wonderfully well for them. And they've turned out to be great bridges of building friendships. Here are the openers. So Chadwick Walton and Lahiru Thirimana. Thirimana, of course, we do know that he's been a test opener for Sri Lanka, but has played a lot of white ball cricket, particularly the 50-over format. Chadwick Walton is an explosive opener. On his day, he can be devastating. And another player who plays a lot of league cricket around the world. Right, so we're ready for the first ball. Fidel Edwards. Wasn't he quick on his day? He really bent his back. This is Thirimana's record. His strike rate is pretty good, 118. For somebody who was not known to be a big hitter, he was more a correct orthodox batter in his day, but he's played a fair bit of T20 cricket. Turned out, I think, for the first time in a Legends tournament. What about this man? 3,500 plus runs, a strike rate of just under 125, 188 games. Carries a lot of experience. Chadwick Walton has played around the world. You know that he played in the LPL, he's played in the BPL, he's played a lot of this type of cricket. He's on strike and he's going to face Fidel Edwards. Who could bowl at 150 plus on his day when on song, Fidel Edwards. He still looks quite fit, I tell you. Doesn't seem to be carrying an extra gram or an ounce of fat. Still pretty slim. Right, the first ball, short third. In fact, two men at deep slips. Keeper standing back, short fine leg. Here is the first ball. And straight away, he gets some movement. Gets some swing and decent pace.
We think of the great Sri Lankan Lasith Malinga, who also used to get the ball to just swing away from the right-hander with that round arm action that they both have. But the ability to keep the seam in an upright position with that round arm action is such a skill in itself.
I think it's the wrist. Lasith Malinga has mastered that wrist position. He may have a slightly lower arm, but as you said, that wrist position is so good. He's mastered it. And what about this man? Even he on his day was so devastating. Such a tough customer. Good. In fact, that's a boundary. Just nudges it down to third man. Don't expect the fielders to throw themselves around into the gap. It's always a boundary.
The Giants have got three men behind square on the offside, but only one of them is on the boundary at a deep point. This is just glided down to deep third for four. Yes, it's a misfield, but gee, it had some pace on it.
Well, we might see a lot of fours and sixes. I'm not very sure that we might see too many singles and twos here. This time to the man at mid-on, but those strong wrists. Just looking to pitch it up, getting a bit of movement again. He gets that outswing going quite nicely, Fidel Edwards. Looks a good surface. Look at the field. It's a packed field on the offside. Just two men on the leg side, saving one, squalling on the boundary. Oh, plays and a miss. That's well bowled. Still getting the ball to move away from the right-hander.
Nice carry as well. Dinesh Ramden catches this around about waist high, which is always a good sign for the batters in T20 cricket. They don't mind pace on the ball. They want a surface where the ball comes onto the bat. Looks like they've got one here.
Ramden standing back. I don't think he'll have too much of a problem standing back to the fast bowlers. What will be interesting to see is when the spinners come on. Will he come up and stand up to the stumps? Again, this time straight to the fielder, but they do get a single because that fielder is slightly deep. It's very tight on the 30-yard circle, so allows the batter to get the single. And don't forget, they don't move quickly, so there are plenty of singles if they want to.
Jonathan Carter, the man at backward point.
Get your leg stump correct. Last ball to come, right arm over.
One ball to go in the over. Lahiru Thirimana to face the first delivery. Now Fidel Edwards will continue to go over the wicket, but he's got that offside field pretty strong. Thirimana, don't forget, loves to go through the extra cover, loves to play square of the wicket, and also is good with that flick over mid-wicket. Oh, that ball just coming back into the left-hander. That has been the line he's bowled. End of the first over. It's 6 without loss.
Over.
Thanks, HD. Wonderful opening fixture. Starting players on display throughout the evening. Having a look, Alvaro Peterson, Gunaratne up front, Walton in at the moment. So Ramane opening the batting as well. Yuvraj the skipper, and then the Australian and New Zealand combination of Christian and de Grandholm. So 6 off the first over. Really impressive pace and skills. Fidel Edwards. Lovely to have the fans coming through. Change of bowling. Luckmal with the new ball. shot and he's got him. First ball, Lakmal strikes.
Poor shot selection on that occasion. Lakmal doing the correct thing, bowling straight. And Thirimana, well, his head was all over the place when he played that shot.
So Thirimana, swing and a miss. He's gone for one. Striker 6 for 1. This is why he's there, and this is why he's heading back.
Take a look at that again. There you go. As I said, head all over the place. Never in control. We're going by the theory, you miss, I hit.
What a great start, Lakmal. A loosener on the stumps. Thirimana is pretty disappointed with that up front. They wanted to get off to a flyer in this much shortened game of 54 balls. And a new man out in the centre has arrived. South African Test player Alvaro Peterson, strike rate of 123. Vastly experienced. He's been playing some cricket in Johannesburg of late. He got 100 in a club game just the other day, I heard. So he's in some form and he's got to face the new ball out here this evening.
I hope we can continue that form that he's been in. I was surprised that he didn't come out opening.
Absolutely right. That's his regular position, but they're going to have to mix it up here this evening. Use of the feet already, trying to get himself off the mark. Lakmal right on target here. That's all you can ask for here. It's never going to be the quickest for some of the bowlers out there this evening and as the series goes on.
Take a look at it. To dismiss it again. There you go. Thirimana. Nova in control. There you go. That head position.
Big smiles and perfect start. Clipped around the corner. They're off for a single. No shine needed. And tell you what, Walton had to get the old legs going there. Didn't come out the blocks too quickly, did he?
Yes, I don't think he was really backing up on that occasion, John. Well, you can't expect much from these guys, isn't it? Some have been playing, some not been playing. So, and you can see that even the fielders right in the edge of the circle. So the single is always on.
Man, shortish extra cover. Gets played quite nicely. Edwards got some great swing. Lakmal hasn't really got much shape so far, but he has been wicket to wicket. Pulled away, heaved away. Fielder in the deep, he's not going to get it. That's another boundary.
Well, a fraction short, and he was very quickly onto that one, Walton. You know, the Lakmal's, what sort of paces he's gone on. There goes short. Pulled away, almost took it from outside the off stump on that occasion. But he exactly knew where he wanted to put it, and he knew where he fielders were.
It's his second boundary already in his 6 balls. This time plays with a straight bat, stayed down a little bit. But nicely handled in the end, so one delivery left. A couple of strong lads out there. They've hopefully looked after their fitness and their, I suppose, their eating habits also might be interesting. Oh, Harbhajan, he looks in great nick. He looks really fit and strong. At the moment, the skipper of the Giants. Likes it behind point and they cruise through for a 1. I tell you what, the Peterson wasn't too quick either. Sneaking home, over up, 12 for 1. Looks like Yuvraj, he's next in to the crease, sitting in the dugout. Good to hear from him earlier about his side and his excitement about this tournament that's ahead. Have a look at the rest of the side. Gunaratna, Kabugedra. Our local heroes here on display this evening.
We're interested to see how Granholm and Christian plays their part. It's a 9-over game, so it's shortened. Whether they'll be called into bat, that's the key.
One thing's for sure, you shouldn't get bowled out in that short space of time, so you need to go from ball one. I'll play the middle section. This is the 2 overs. There were fielding restrictions, and now the fielding captain will be able to set a few more boundary riders back. They are ringing in the changes.
So Sikuge Prasanna comes in to the attack, the right-arm leg spinner. Played a lot of white ball cricket for Sri Lanka. Still plays around the circuit, plays a lot of cricket around.
Big shot, long ons there. Taken! What a great catch! Edwards, the man. Having another look, he's disappointed. Open up the shoulders, and he holds out to long on.
Good start for Sikuge Prasanna. Let's take a look at that again. Tried to go downtown. Didn't get the elevation and the distance as well. And Tisarapara, I thought, took a very good catch down in the deep. Had to make sure that he had the ropes in the presence of mind. So Walton goes for 10. It's 12 for 2.
It's marches back, so 2 down, 13 balls gone. Prasanna, what a beautiful start from him. Just as Lakmal did, struck with his very first delivery. And here he comes, Yuvraj Singh marching out to the centre, facing up to some spin early doors. What an absolute icon of the game this man has been over the years.
There you go, 231 games, almost 5,000 runs under. But look at that strike rate, 128.8. That's going to be very interesting. Let's see whether they can bring that into play today.
Won a few trophies, that's for sure, over the years. Here he goes. Oh, what's a beauty. Prasanna, he's right on the money here. Top spinner, going past the outside edge.
Good delivery to start off. Oh, that's a beauty. Another beauty. Not really the wrong one, but going on with the arm, I would say. Take a look at that again. There you go.
Oh, he's nicked it this time. And the field's quick enough to run away for 4. His first boundary for Yuvraj Singh.
One thing's for sure, John, that you wouldn't get fielders running behind balls and diving and sliding in this tournament.
Oh, you've got to be clever about how you go about your fielding, but he opened the face-up after he beat the outside edge. You'd like to think he might have put a slip in position. He would have struck, would have got the big wicket. The result is 4 for Yuvraj Singh. Oh, that one's got away from him, and you've got to wonder how much training and prep has gone in. Some players are quite natural, where they don't need to hit too many balls, bowl too many balls. So it's all about getting through. Whipped away wristily onto the onside. Just a single this time though. Prasanna, good job here so far, picked up a wicket. Lakmal also starting to make some inroads. They need to keep taking wickets throughout this innings.
Awesome.
What's interesting to see is what the target that the strikers have been looking at. 9 over game, where do you want to go?
That's your center correct. Last ball to come.
I think 10, 12 and over on average. You think that could be a decent score here. There's a bit of swing, not a lot of turn. Conditions look very, very good though. A hard new ball, a couple of fielders, not too quick. Nudged, Alvira Peterson. Rotation of strikes, so 3 overs gone, 19 for 2. To see what teams will decide to do here as the tournament goes on in terms of batting or bowling first. And so far, 18 balls gone, 19 for 2. Some very destructive players to come here.
Gunaratna, that's a name that the whole of Kandy knows about. He's a boy from Kandy. He played a lot of cricket here in Kandy. It was a fantastic all-rounder for Sri Lanka until he ended up with an injury and then really couldn't make it back into the Sri Lankan side after that. Very famous innings in Australia in a T20 game where he won the game for Sri Lanka.
So, skipper's on, Harbhajan Singh. Plenty of matches, as you can understand. He's got some nice shoes on as well, Harbhajan. And he gets through the first delivery with not too much trouble.
I still like that quick arms rotation that he brings in, isn't it? He still has that quick arm rotation that comes around from Harbhajan.
Skipper's face heading up here. How many deliveries he's faced of Harbhajan's over the years? Must be thousands. And he's off the mark with a 2 against his old teammate.
22 for 2. 20 balls done. It's a shortened game, as you all know. 9 overs per side. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Right on the money here. So a runner ball here seems to be what's going on at the moment. A couple of boundaries along the way, but not too many. Oh, that's a great delivery, just sliding on, no real turn, and all the spinners have really just gone on with the arm and skidded on in these conditions.
It's been a good start from Harbhajan. It's been a tight over so far. Just the 4 runs from the 4 deliveries. Peterson wants something big here.
He's looked to just work the ball around so far in his short stay with 4 balls. And where is his boundary area he's looking at? Used to the feet this time, so really good work. Another rotation off strike. And Yuvraj Singh as well now. He's just picked up that 1 boundary when he nicked it through the slip cordon. And you just wonder, you think at times when you might haven't played for a little while, you might just look to hit as straight as possible early doors. Really risky. Chopped into the ground and rotation of strike once again. So a runner ball off Harbhajan's first over. 25 for 2.
So 24 balls gone, 4 overs, and just a reminder that this is a match that is very much curtailed. It's 9 overs per innings, 9. 54 balls, if you like, because these days the modern adage is that every ball is an event in this kind of cricket. So the strikers, the New York strikers put into bat by Harbhajan Singh, giant skipper. Nicely played, Yuvraj, with that power. That's trademark Yuvraj Singh.
Well, hasn't lost his ability, has he? He can still hit those sixers, and it went the long way. Yuvraj Singh hit it with whatever turn now. We do know that Sikuge Prasanna slides on, he bowls a lot of wrong uns, doesn't turn the leg break much, but Yuvraj Singh covered it well. Got across and went over mid-wicket.
It's going to go again. This is magnificent from Yuvraj. Are you watching, Stuart Broad?
Well, indeed, you remember that. I'll tell you that these boundaries, they're pretty long, but Yuvraj Singh clearing it by a fair distance. It was tossed up. Just look at that arc, look at the swing, look at the follow through.
Not a lot wrong with the delivery. Ooh, he's bowled in the wide wrong, and it's just slipped by. It's not going to be stopped. No, it will not be stopped. Fidel Edwards giving chase.
Well, they got 16 runs so far, and this is a very good start for the strikers. They were just going at a runner ball, but now this over has made sure that the accelerator is on. That was he generally bowls a lot of wrong. And Seekuge Prasanna bowls with a very high arm, so he tends to slide on a bit as a leg spinner.
He's gone wide again. Oh, the umpire says it's a wide. Just felt for a moment that was within that sort of blue line that's there for a guide for the umpires. It's gone wide again. He hasn't caught hold of this. Should be gone. Oh dear. Fidel, where were you? Beg your pardon, Fidel. It's not you, it's Pereira out there.
Well, I think that was... Thisara Pereira was in two minds. He wasn't sure whether he was going to dive or take it on the bounce, but eventually settled for the latter.
Bowled, really well bowled. Again, it's that wrong and that just slides on into the pads.
He's a very clever bowler, Seekuge Prasanna. He's gone for a few runs in this over, but has a lot of experience. Good white ball cricketer. Can pack a punch when he bats, bowls very useful, quickish wrist spin.
So the strikers, what's a good total in 9 overs? 44 for 2, 4 overs to go. Well, we've had a dramatic opening ceremony. We had rain before that. Lots of activity here in Pallekele. And eventually the match got underway a little bit past 8 o'clock, but it's a reduced number of overs. 54 deliveries, 9 overs per side. Yuvraj is in and he's looking very dangerous. 26 from 12, that's a strike rate of 260. Alvaro Peterson, the South African, played a lot of county cricket in England. Thisara Pereira, the Sri Lankan, I reckon he's probably played for more franchises than anyone else in cricket history. You have a look at his profile on a cricket website anyway. It'd take you a long time to read through it. Picked up nicely, Alvaro Peterson onto those grassy banks for 6.
The 50's up for the New York strikers, and they're doing it well. Cautious start, lost wickets, but now they're starting to accelerate. Take a look at this shot, just short of a length, and that was so very well played, over square leg, just dismissed it.
Yeah, there's a very, very small margin for error as a bowler, and if you're just varying, that wasn't threatening the stump. So batters these days, at this level of cricket, they work out the line and length so quickly, and they put it away. It's a fast changing game. The technique. Slinger. Did you see the change of action from Thisara Pereira then?
He tends to do that a lot when he bowls at the death. And when he used to play for Sri Lanka, he used to sometimes bowl at the death. So he tends to do that. But yeah, that's well spotted, Wilco.
Well, I've been watching him for years, and you know, he's been one of those players. He's been a marquee player for a lot of franchises. You know, when he comes in late in the order with a bat, smashes it. But he's dangerous. I think he'll bowl shortish or wide to Yuvraj. Clothed it. That's the top half of the bat from Yuvraj. Solomon Mire, the Zimbabwean who lives in Australia, he gives it a crack.
Yeah, good effort on the boundary. That dive. Solomon Mire, take a look. He was looking to go over the top. Take a look at this. Ran around, threw himself. Realized that it was getting away from him.
Yeah, he had to get the dive in. You'd have to explain to his teammates why he didn't. Oh, it's a full toss, which is completely flummoxed Yuvraj. Not illegal because this is dipped. You can see it's a change of grip. Yuvraj completely missed it.
Yeah, he missed it completely. Thought for a moment it was dipping. Look at that reaction. What was he thinking?
He's got away with that. One thing you don't want to give Yuvraj is too much room outside that off stump, because he'll plough into you, and his arc is so wide, and he knows that, the bowler knows that, because that's how he plays.
Good to see some young kids coming, and there have been a few people that have turned up, but I hope as the tournament progresses there'll be bigger crowds coming in. Last ball of the over. Gets it down to mid-wicket, a single off the last ball. 6 overs done, it's 55 for 2.
Well, it's a very congested tournament. It's 12 days of cricket. Every day we'll have 2 matches. Every match to be played here at this wonderful stadium. Seen some marvellous matches here over the years. And well, it's lovely, isn't it, just to see the youngsters and that fantastic view. Drone cameras have just changed the way we watch sport, certainly cricket. Fidel Edwards, his first over cost him 6, swung the ball prodigiously in his day. In his pomp, Fidel Edwards was one of the most destructive new ball bowlers. Wonderful action. Looking for the Yorker, can't land it.
Alvaro Peterson, he's always looked the correct player. He's not looked to blast the bowling, but he gets runs quickly. And if you look at his technique, this time he gives himself room. The intention is right, he wants to go through the extra cover area. But the contest between Edwards and Yuvraj, this is going to be a good one, because he swings it back into the left hand at pace.
Well, he's the possessor of a superb Yorker, Fidel Edwards. I would like to think that he'd try and get the Yorker in, stop Yuvraj from swinging that big bat. Uppercut should be gone. It is. That's a great catch. Lakmal has taken the catch, a running catch, and it's the end of Yuvraj.
That is a fantastic catch. Never easy. It was bowled at pace, the ramp was on. Just take a look at Suranga Lakmal running around on the boundary. Would have made a younger cricketer feel proud with that catch. Very good catch. Timed it well, over his head, two-handed. Yuvraj Singh's entertainment ends. Out for 28. It's 56 for 3.
Well, it's a bit of a double bluff that from Fidel Edwards, because he actually pounded that into the middle of the pitch. And I was expecting Fidel Edwards to deliver the Yorker, the full delivery. Look at, he's absolutely halfway down. Yuvraj tries to carve it. Full stretch from Suranga Lakmal. Yeah, correct. Thank you, says the bowler.
Right arm over.
Daniel Christian, the Australian. Again, another one of those broad-shouldered all-round cricketers who come from Australia. Strike rate is a healthy 137. He's got 200s on his T20 CV as well. Bit quicker, that one. A little bit sharper from Fidel Edwards.
I think he's been all right with his pace, Fidel Edwards. He may not be touching those 140s, but he's pretty sharp. He's been slippery. He's rushed the batter a little bit. As you said, quicker this time. He looks fit to me. He looks very good.
Looks bowling fit, doesn't he, Roshan? He looks, you know, he's got nice rhythm. He's always had good rhythm. Alvaro Peterson, 14 from 11. He needs to increase his strike rate. Needs to get on with it here. change of pace. Slower delivery. No change of action. Just the way he releases the ball with a different grip.
He still has that skill, doesn't he? With that round arm action, he could roll his fingers on top. It was more of a quickish off break, just bowling into the pitch. As you said, Alvaro Peterson could have batted this way with Yuvraj at the other end. But now things need to move a little bit quicker for the strikers.
Change of field, yeah, I quite like this for Daniel Christian, who does like to go down the ground. So the third man fielder comes up, and there's now a long off and a long on. Well, that has been engineered over extra. That's a superb crushing blow for 6.
That is a powerful strike, I'll tell you. Look at the length and look at the way he played it. Cleared that front foot. So much of power. Went the distance. That is a cracking shot.
Flat 6 over extra cover. End of the over, 7 gone. 64 for 3.
.64 for 3. Peterson's 14 off 12. Christian's already hit a super shot over extra cover to take him to 7 off 3. So Lakmal with his final 6 deliveries. Wickets look good. There's been some pace in it. There's also been, well, it hasn't been much turn at all. It's really just skidded on, but the spinners have done a reasonable job. Lakmal with a wicket with his very first ball. And Prasanna also striking with his very first ball, so I couldn't have dreamt of a better start in this tournament for those two. It's just difficult to tell what a good score is here. First up, the opening game of the Legends Cricket Trophy, and it's already a shortened one.
Yeah, that's your center. And then leg stump. Yeah, one leg.
Just the 9 overs. Christian's a powerful man. That'll be a wide. Ramden's done well. Keeping's also going to be interesting this tournament as well. Test the old agility. They've still got plenty of it behind the stumps. He's had to do a bit of extra work there. He's not going to be thanking him later on. Tomorrow morning maybe. He'll send him a gentle reminder. Bit of stiffness, no doubt. Dan Christian though. Beautiful shot of extra cover last over. Pace taken off. Well, Lakmal not quite generating the pace that he did a few years ago when he represented Sri Lanka with such distinction, but that's understandable. Here he certainly does take pace off the ball. Dan Christian, what success that he has had around the world in T20 competitions. I say success, virtually every team that he's represented he's gone on and won the trophy with. He hasn't quite got that. Oh, just clears the boundary, nowhere near the middle of the bat, but it'll do. A bit of a clunking sound on the toe of the bat. He wants to have a look, does he? The umpire, tell you what, that's gone all the way. Mira
the man at long off, trying to run around as he did earlier on. Just couldn't make the ground, and second maximum for Christian. Closer look, yes, certainly over. That's all the way.
It's just the power of the man, because you rightly point out this is nowhere near the middle of the bat. Made a horrible sound off it, but still clears the boundary. It's Lakmal with the appeal, but nothing from Ramden behind the stumps, which indicates it might have just been drifting down the leg side.
Execute the Yorker. He's bowled a few slower balls, but straight on the toe. That's could have hit in the morning as well, that one. That's for sure, right on the old toe crusher.
Good delivery, brave delivery, going full in at leg stump with fine leg up inside the 30-yard circle. Alvaro Peterson, distinguished test career for South Africa at the top of the order. Oh, 4. Fortunate, but that's the nature of the game.
Oh, Lakmal went for another one. Peterson charging down the wicket. Bottom end, fortunately missing the stumps, missing everything. 4, so this is becoming a grade over. 12 off it.
Thoroughly entertained a little bit earlier, the crowd here in Pallekele. We had a lovely opening ceremony, some celebrities, superstars over from India, just to kick things off. Now it's the turn of these legends of the game. Final delivery of the 8th over from Lakmal. It'll go to Richard Levy at short fine leg, and it'll conclude the over, but a good one. A good one. 78 for 3.
Scoring some runs recently, in some form, but looking at the bowlers so far. A wicket for Edwards, Lakmal and Prasanna. Really impressive from Edwards. 1 for 14 from his 12 balls. Great economy rate. Everyone's done a decent job here so far. Who is going to bowl the last over though? That's the question.
So just 6 deliveries remain. To Sarah Pereira. A swing and a miss.
Tasara used to have a quite a hard delivery jump before he gets to the crease. Not anymore. I tell you, that's very close. So it's off stump, just tailing in, and Vera Peterson looking to pick him up over the onside. Swing and a miss. Important dot ball.
Peterson choosing to advance and almost yorks himself. Pereira does do this a lot to Sarah Pereira. During his playing career, he was entrusted with bowling at the back end of the innings for Sri Lanka. Has had lots of success in the Lankan Premier League as well. Gives it a fair clout, the left-hander as well with a bat. And his primary job here is to get through these next 4 deliveries. He's got Christian to deal with. Christian will want to. Peterson is very quick. He's going to have to be.
Fielder had a real opportunity there. Get it over the stumps, and looks as though Peterson running to the danger end. Was in all sorts of trouble. Christian as well, trying to get the old legs going. Here comes the throw. Direct hit would have had him. But in the end, makes it back. Bouncing well over the bowler, waiting at the stumps as well.
Nicely struck.
Yep.
Levy will do the fielding. Peterson will take on the arm again and win comfortably.
Taking a minute, old Dan Christian just sucking a bit of air, the Pallekele air. Candy bit of altitude here. If you want to play at altitude in Sri Lanka, this is where you'd come. But he has hit some wonderful boundaries. 2 sixes already, the dugout. A lot of men there waiting to get into the action.
Surely not this time. No, it was a loud call from Peterson too, and Christian said, no, you just stay right there. One will do. I'll take the not out. 18 of 9. He's done the damage that is expected, Dan Christian, but Alviro Peterson will have the last say here for the New York Strikers. Now surely they take on the arm. It's got to be worth it. No, it's not, and Christian will be run out by the length of the pitch as Alviro Peterson says no, and so the innings will conclude on 85 for 4, the New York Strikers.
Lovely work, met the ball. Peterson was never coming back, Dan Christian. He was committed to come back for the second, and fortunately he is run out by the length of a pitch. Ramden does the business. Christian, he's run out, he's had a wonderful innings. 18 off 9, he's played a really great hand. The Strikers end up with 85 for 4 in their 54 balls.
It's difficult to tell whether that's going to be good enough or not. There's still plenty of big hitters within this Dubai Giants side. Jonathan Carter, Tesara Pereira, who bowled a lovely last over here. But they do seem to be a side that has plenty of bowling rather than some big hitting batters. Gurpreet Mann, Richard Levy, who we expect to go to the top of the order. He can do some damage at the top. But 85, it's certainly competitive, but it's under 10 to the over. What do you think? Enough?
I was thinking around 90's par, I would think. So maybe just a little bit below par. A couple of boundaries along the way, but I think they missed out on quite a few areas where they could have picked up a few more boundaries. But Peterson not out in the end. Walton and Duramane the first to go. Yuvraj, lovely little couple of strokes around, but he got caught by a wonderful catch on the boundary. Lakmal, a third man. And then the last man to go, Christian, with a good strike rate of 200. So as the teams look to change around the partnerships, the standout, Peterson, Yuvraj. Yuvraj, top scorer in the innings, 44 of 27. And then Peterson and Christian at the end, 29 of 17. So 4 wickets down at the end of the 9 overs.
Just the 4 bowlers could bowl 2 overs. 12 balls. Fidel Edwards bowled with some pace, got some nice carry. The wicket for him, a wicket for Lakmal of Sri Lanka, and Prasanna as well. Harbhajan just bowled the 1 over. He didn't feel as though this surface was good enough for his spin today. Tesara Pereira bowled a superb final 6 deliveries. But Yuvraj Singh, 28 of 16 deliveries. He must have been the pick of them.
Yeah, it was great to see him out in the middle again. The legend nicked one through slip. That wasn't there to start to get off the mark. Then he started finding his rage, and that was the pick. For me, the shot of the innings right there. Don't bother running for that, legend.
Yeah, quality player, Yuvraj Singh, and it was a good innings, 28 of 16. Right, so the Dubai Giants, their target will be, when we return, 86 from just 54 deliveries. We'll see you on the other side of this.
Suresh Chandra.
Suresh.
Suresh Chandra.
It's one word, is it?
Yeah, one word.
Because I have a friend who lives in Los Angeles. His name is Mohan Chandra Mohan. Do you know him? Mohan Chandra Mohan.
I have heard that name, yeah.
But I'm not sure if Chandra Mohan is one word.
Yeah, but mine is one.
Yeah. Suresh Chandra.
Yeah.
That sounds like of Indian derivation.
Yeah. My grandfather is from India, actually.
Yeah, I would say. Because Kusal as well is.
Yeah. Kusal. So it's
Kusal.
more Indian.
Kusal.
Yeah.
There's no ancient, it's Kusal.
Kosala. Kosala.
Welcome back to Pallekele, where the opening match of this Legends Cricket Trophy for 2024 is underway. And the New York strikers who put into bat have put 85 for 4 on the board in 9 overs. This match has been cut down to 9 overs per innings because we had rain, and the rain certainly made the ground staff work a little extra hard for this match to get underway. So it's a curtailed match of 9 overs per innings, and the strikers have gone in, and straight away we saw the ball flying off the bat with Kusala Suresh Chandra alongside. The ball was swinging early this evening, Kusala.
Yeah, both Fidel and Lakmal got some swing, but Bolton and Pryor couldn't really get the elevation on that occasion, and he pulled out. But Yuvraj Singh, he came with a mission and really got things going. We saw the old Yuvraj coming into action, especially with that shot, which of Siku Prasanna. But then Alvaro Peterson joined the party. But this is a wonderful catch. Good presence of mind and brilliantly done.
Probably the shot of the night, that from Dan Christian over extra for 6. It was a flat 6. And I thought the bowling at the end was pretty good. It was full, it was Yorker length, some full tosses in there as well. But trying to restrict batters using their arms, that was a bit of a mix-up. It was a run out at the end. Strikers 85 for 4. So the light roller has been requested, and that's what they're going to get. And the Dubai Giants, skippered by Harbhajan Singh, need 86 to win this contest. I think that's well within the capabilities of the Giants. Solomon Mire is hard-hitting Zimbabwe batsman, lives in Sydney now. Richard Levy, the South African. Jonathan Carter, West Indies. Thisara Pereira. Saurabh Tiwari, the former India international. Dinesh Ramdin. Harbhajan himself can bat. So there's plenty of batting for this. You've got to be brave as a bowler. You're defending 85. Who are the bowlers that we're going to look at here?
Yeah, I think looking at Christian and Granholm will come into play, especially with the conditions looking suitable for them. Isuru Udana definitely will be among the bowlers that the striker skipper will pick. Interesting to see whether Asila Gunaratne and Yuvraj Singh will come in handy as the game goes on.
Well, we saw the ball swinging for Fidel Edwards. So the strikers 85 on the board from 9 overs. Now Yuvraj was the man who really injected some impetus into that innings. It really takes one batsman, just one, to stay in there, get a 30 or 40, and he cements the innings. Now Solomon Mire leading the Giants out with Richard Levy. He can crack it, he really can. He's got 2 hard-hitting openers here.
They do have the muscle, isn't it, Alan? They do have the muscle to do it. They can really take the bowling apart.
Well, yeah, I saw Solomon Mire first time, well, not too many years ago, and I was slightly surprised when he made the career decision, almost not to turn his back on cricket, but he felt that his international days with Zimbabwe were over, and he, professionally I think, and personally, he decided that a move to Australia was better for him. So Solomon Mire, if he gets going, could be tough for the strikers, bowlers, and Richard Levy, the South African, as well.
Yep, but the man with the ball in hand, Isrudana, he's played a lot of cricket all around the world. He's a quick left-armer. There you go, Solomon Mire. Look at that strike rate, 144. That's going to be the key to get them past that 85.
Yeah, he's good to watch. Really enjoy watching him. He doesn't hang back. He doesn't leave anything out there on the park. Richard Levy, also strike rate of 144, 300s on his T20 career CV, and one of those is an international century as well. But yeah, I like Surudana. He has got a whole Pandora's box of tricks. In his T20 career, 211 wickets, a lot of cricket.
He plays all around the world, a lot of leagues, vastly experienced campaigner.
Awesome.
And he's no stranger to this ground.
So Richard Levy is taking his guard about 3 feet outside that front crease, that popping crease.
Ready.
But what he's going to try and do is negate what swing we might see from Udana. But this fellow, I really enjoy watching him bowl. He bowls the ball out of the back of his hand as well when he gets a bit older. Swing. So that's why Levy wants to come down the pitch, because of that swinging ball.
He's trying to negotiate the spin early. Look at that again. This is what Isrudana can do. He can bring it both ways. And as you quite correctly said, that back of the hand delivery, it's amazing.
It's the third man and a deep square leg for the right-hander. Levy now has gone back into his crease now. But he's not going to get an LBW with this, because it's pitching outside leg stump and it's swinging back into the pads, but it's stopping the South African from scoring.
And I think also Isrudana has done a little bit of homework, you see, because you see the way Levy bats. He brings his bat around. He likes to go more offside and rather pick it from off the leg. So he's bowling on a more midland leg line to Levy.
If this is a dot ball, I'd like to see what happens to the fourth, because Levy does not like being pegged down. He does not like it at all. He's out there to get big runs. Beautifully bowled. That's the one, that's the line, the shape, everything from the left arm quick. That's as good as it gets.
Let's see what Isrudana has with there you go, take a look at this again. That's the line, that's the length that we've been talking about. There you see the bat coming more squarer, trying to go or offside or try to get it over middle, but no room given by Isrudana.
But inside, behind that 5 feet.
Solomon Mire has watched all that from the non-striker's end, so he knows the ball is swinging into the pads. What's he got? Bowled. Great over. This is from Udana.
There's been 4 top deliveries. This has been fantastic. This is the experience that Isrudana carries playing T20 cricket. A lot of leagues around the world.
Outstanding over so far. Mire also likes to get on with it. A bit like that. That's just held its line a little bit, so posing lots of questions for these openers for the Giants.
So let's see. Well, if you look at that one didn't come up as much as Mire would have expected. Kept it a little bit low. Maybe trying to bowl it a little slower than the previous one. He is doing a fantastic job for the strikers. Let's see how he finishes off. And he does very well. just a single. A fantastic start from the strikers. The Giants are 2 for none.
Not the ideal start here for the Giants, just 2 runs from their opening 6 deliveries. And this is about foot down from the very word go here, because it's just the 9 overs, just the 54 balls that they will receive. Nuwan Pradeep flirting with that wide line, but getting away with it.
They need a good start, as you say, but just going back to that New York Strikers innings. 5 fours, 5 sixes, 17 dots. Interesting to see the number of the way this team sets themselves up trying to get that target. Solomon Mire, he can hit a long ball. He's a powerful striker, can sweep. I've seen him sweep. Well, he means business for sure. He's looking to take on Pradeep.
Where were you going with those 17 dots there, Roshan? This is the legends. There's no Olympic Games here, drop and run.
That's what I meant. It's about hitting 4s and 6s. They're not going to take those quick singles. You might see dots, but then you'll also see those boundaries.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit about like golf, is that you lose your chipping if you don't play a lot of golf. Pace taken off, and say your short game is what deserts you if you don't play a lot of golf. Well, I would imagine that when you come back into the cricketing arena after a long break, it's your running between the wickets that goes missing.
That's the challenge. Nuwan Pradeep, well, he's played a lot of international cricket, still playing first class cricket, so he's in good bowling rhythm, he's in good bowling form.
Oh, well, there's the pace that tells the story that Nuwan Pradeep is still playing first class cricket.
And I'll tell you, he's in his mid-30s, maybe 36, I don't know, but he's got a slinging action, good pace, rushed it. Completely rushed Solomon Mire. He's 37. And look at that. That was through him even before he was into the shot.
Well, that's where I think, just in the back of your mind, you think retirement was a good idea. It's swatted away for 4.
That's what this man could do. He can really pack a punch. He's a powerful striker. He's swung, he's made his intentions clear, and finally latched on to one. Pace off that time.
Yeah, interesting choice of delivery from Nuwan Pradeep, because the bouncer was quick and beat Mire for pace. So you just wonder if he should have kept with the seam up. Instead, he chooses to take pace off, and Solomon Mire just dispatches that. That's a beauty. What a beauty to finish the second. 12 deliveries are gone, 6 without loss.
Fantastic last delivery. Solomon Mire's feet going nowhere. School kids in. It's good to have young kids coming and watching cricket. These parts of Sri Lanka has a lot of following. In fact, Sri Lanka is a cricketing nation that has so many that follows this game.
Yeah, I would prefer to see a few of the, there we go, a few of the dads in the crowd with their kids as well, just to be able to give some historical background to some of the players.
That's your leg stump,
So
correct.
the power play is completed, just the 2 overs in this shortened match because of the rain that fell a little bit earlier. You rightly say that nice to see the young cricketers around here, you know, just seeing what was on offer years ago, more than likely before many of them were even born, but their dads are in the crowd as well. They can, as I mentioned, give some historical background to some of these players. Richard Levy really made a name for himself, Richard Levy, in this form of the game. Got a wonderful 100 against New Zealand for South Africa in a T20 international, and that thrust him in the limelight, and the next minute he was playing for the Mumbai Indians in the IPL.
Rahul Sharma is a tall lad, and that didn't arrive. Almost hit the toe of the bat. He was looking to hit it somewhere to Candy. To move on, they need to get things moving quickly. At the corresponding stage, New York Strikers had gone to 12 for 2, but it's not about that. It's about how New York Strikers accelerated after a certain point. So the stable platform is needed.
12 for 1, that's what New York had after the first 2 overs, the power play. Dubai exactly half. Rahul Sharma's a good T20 bowler as well. Very tall, not a big spinner of the ball, but very accurate. Gets the ball wicket to wicket.
Just hurries the batter a little bit. Just look at Solomon Miri. He was rushed here, and there was a bit of extra bounce as well. He was looking to clear that front foot, looking to play the pull. Was done a little bit by that extra bit of bounce.
It was a little bit fuller, wasn't it? I mean, that's gone past sort of stump high.
He's getting his leg break. Not turning a lot, but just enough. But he's been very accurate, deadly accurate. Rahul Sharma.
Again choosing to play back. Sharma thought he was in business there. He's also a difficult bowler to come down the wicket to.
That's because of his height and the pace he bowls. He just doesn't let the batter come down. So most batters appear to prefer to play off the back foot. But Sharma at the moment is rushing them. That was almost off the middle stump.
Closed off at stance if we're going to get coaching here with Richard Levy. Probably doesn't need any coaching, but that front foot just closes himself off a little bit at point of delivery. It's his front foot. There we go. A little misfield, make sure that they get through for the single. 18 balls gone, 9 without loss. Hard to believe that this ground was covered in covers a little bit earlier. The rain tumbled down here in Pallekele, but the covers were removed. The opening ceremony took place, and the players have managed to get themselves on the field. Yes, a shortened game, but a game nevertheless. Fall safely.
Asila Gunratna, again former Sri Lanka all-rounder, played white ball cricket. Still remember he picked up an injury in a test match at Galle and never turned up after that. But he's been very handy. It's pretty decent with his economy rate because he bowls a lot of cutters and a little bit of medium pace.
Oh yes, oh yes.
The subtle changes that he brings into his bowling. Tends to push it a little bit fuller, pushes it a little bit quicker. Now there you could see back of the hand, goes a little bit of cutters into the pitch. So there's a lot of variety in what he does as a bowler.
So just a white ball specialist in his heyday?
Absolutely, he's won games for Sri Lanka in white ball cricket, both in South Africa and also in Australia as a batter. But he brings in the bowling that gives him a little bit of a bit of extra options when he plays.
It's amazing how we've seen the sweep shot and the reverse sweep shot become such a thing in modern day cricket, but we haven't seen anyone here get on bended knee. It might be of the fear that they might not be able to get up after playing the shot.
Yeah, that will be a challenge. Sweep will be a challenge. The groins, the hamstrings, there's a lot to consider. They know that they're on the giant screen, they're enjoying themselves. Solomon Miri, I know he plays a lot of great cricket in Australia, in Melbourne.
Oh, there it is. It was always going to happen. They've been struggling to get the ball off the square, really, these two. And Mire, well, he perishes in the cause.
This is what Gunaratne does. He looks innocuous, but he can get you wickets. Tips on the batter, just goes straight on. Solomon Mire had the right idea. He was looking to go over mid-wicket, but just didn't have pace, and that dip, I think, that did him. He's got a bag of wickets doing that. So Solomon Mire walks back, and here in comes Thisara Perera. They needed a little bit of injection in terms of power hitting. They need. So Solomon Mire tried hard, but just couldn't really get moving.
Just the 6, but of 13 deliveries. So there'll be improvement as the competition progresses, the tournament. It's been a while since he's probably had a good hit. Solomon Mire, very strong, but no messing about now. Thisara Perera has been sent up the order.
Now Thisara Perera is not the only new batsman. There is also Levy who's gone off. So I think he's retired, Levy. Right, he gets a full toss. Will this be taken? It is! Perera goes off the first ball, and the catcher is Isurudana. And a gentle looking full toss from Asela Gunaratne has done the trick. 2 wickets of 2 balls.
Gunaratne's got away with this every day of the week. Twice on Sundays, Perera will hit this out the stadium. But he finds Udana. It's a smart catch at deep mid-wicket to get rid of a very dangerous player. Thisara Perera's got to make his way back. He has not troubled the scorers. It is 12 for 2.
So Tiwari is the new batsman in. So Tiwari, Jonathan Carter, there you go. So the strike rate is decent, 120. Saurabh Tiwari, he's definitely put on a lot of weight, isn't it?
Well, I think it's muscle power. He's added muscle power. Now, Dan Christian, also, he's one of those bowlers that has a wide repertoire of deliveries. Slow balls, starts with a slow ball. There should be 2 here. Got to push that man out on the fence. They will get 2.
Something you might not see often happen, but Gunaratne diving away, especially in this tournament.
Yes, he moved a bit gingerly, didn't he?
But the Giants, they need 2 big overs here to get back on track. They got together again. Good dive. Made sure that he kept his
again, there's no pace at all for Jonathan Carter to work with there. That's typical Dan Christian, who started here with 2 extremely slow deliveries. Now, how about that? 280 wickets, 490 20 matches, 5 for 14 is best. A genuine all-round cricketer, Daniel Christian.
Next time, correct.
well renowned for his ability to play white ball cricket, especially the T20 format. He's played in a lot of leagues around the world. But they need to find the boundary here. The Giants just 16 for 2. They're into the 5th over.
Well, Yuvraj should, as fielding captain, when he looks at this, he should have this under control, because this has been a really slow start by the Dubai Giants. Carter can change things. He can on his day. Slow again. Look at this. It's rolled along the deck to the keeper. That's great deception from Christian. He literally needs a snooker cue to play this, not a cricket bat.
How do you plan your knockers? How do you plan your shots when you see balls like this? It's unbelievable. This experience that he carries. Dan Christian. There you go. Now that was a quicker one from the previous ones, but then again mixing things up, things not looking rosy at the moment for the Giants.
It's good thinking from Christian, because he's bowled 3 very slow deliveries and then spears this one in, and he did have a, well, half-hearted shout for an LBW. What's he going to finish? Just finish the over now, Daniel. Just 4 from this over. Halfway down. Almost a catch. Karamani with the fielder, and they're going to have an extra run here with the overthrow. 18 for 2, 5 gone.
Yeah, there you go. There was a chance of a run out as well, a chance of a catch. A lot of things happening in that over. There you go. That's the throw coming in. Oh. 18 for 2. The Giants. The target is 86, so they need another 68. There you go. That's how the match positioned out so far. 85 for 4, the New York Strikers, and 18 for 2, the Dubai Giants reply so far.
Yeah, they've not allowed, they just haven't allowed the Giants to get going. Gunaratne. Don't think he's caught hold of this, but it will be 4. Bullet straight over the head of Gunaratne, the bowler.
So Tiwari down the track. It was a hat-trick ball, in fact.
It's typical of the way that Saurabh Tiwari has played all his career. He like strong down the ground. Keeper hasn't enjoyed that. Chadwick Walton is keeping wicket. That's kept low. The occasional delivery has kept very low on this opening pitch, but it's just hit those tips of the fingers. Again, there's nothing on that, is there? You see how slowly Gunaratne has bowled it. Now we understand that Richard Levy has been retired out. Well, I think that's just as well for him, because it was painful to watch, and it's probably painful for him as well. He just couldn't come to terms with anything out there, so he's been retired out.
Again, another slower delivery, flighted on that occasion from Gunaratne. Now, this is something that we will see as the tournament goes on, Alan. How these players need to sustain their fitnesses. Take a look at that again. Giving a little bit of air on that occasion, Gunaratne. So that's going to be a challenge going on, isn't it?
It will be in such a congested period. Bowled. That'll run away. Should be 4. It will be. Yes. Again, it's that really nothing on the ball. There's no pace. It's floated down. It's a Yorker length.
Tiwari did well to get some bat on it. Got that boundary. They need a lot more of these.
Keep going, keep going.
Good. Very well bowled. Very good delivery to end the over. 29 for 2.
The Dubai Giants really are not getting close to this. Something spectacular has got to happen from one of these two. Saurabh Tiwari has faced 6 balls for his 10. .86 they're chasing, and that just hasn't got going this innings. Daniel Christian bowled a real variety in his first over. Plenty of slower balls. There's no reason to suggest that he wouldn't do the same for his second over.
That's what he's been doing throughout his career, isn't it? Mixing things up. Whoa. There you go, another delivery. Tiwari had to wait for it to come onto the bat.
Yeah, you want to hurry. You want to get your bat onto the ball, but when it's not arriving, that's when your timing goes awry. And Daniel Christian's played such a lot of cricket. He knows what to do with the bat as well, so that's why he has such knowledge with the ball. Okay. Well, the Giants just not coming to terms with this. Opening match, of course, and it's been reduced to 9 overs per side. We had a heavy thunderstorm just before, well, all the players arrived. Now you can see the grip there. Look at the grip. It's already come out almost like an off spinner.
Well spotted. Well spotted. But things are getting harder and harder for the Giants. And another dot ball not helping the cause of the Giants here. Do that again. There you go. Carter was looking to get some bat on it, but then still 30 for 3. Long way to go. He gets some bat on that one, but finds the fielder. Just singles will not help the cause of the Giants at the moment. But on the other hand, the strikers, they'll be quite pleased with it.
Alvaro Peterson is the fielder here. it a whole heap of boundaries. Tiwari, has he got enough on this? Yep, he has. And they need a few more of those to get them back into this contest.
But he waited on that one. He spotted the slow ball. Again, another off spinner. But then Tiwari waited for it. And he was always trying to hit it aerial.
They needed another 6 right here. Not going to get it with that. So the currency has to be 6s from here on. 37 for 3.
So, Levy has retired out when Miri was dismissed, so there were 2 new batters at the same time. Tisara, first ball out, and now Carter and Tiwari trying to resurrect something from this dire situation they find themselves in.
They are in a dire strait, no doubt about it. 48 of 12 balls is asking for a lot. Nuwan Pradeep, he's bowled well, he's bowled with pace. And he's bowled 1 over for 4 runs. Down to third man, that will be 4. That's a good start to the over. But they need them at a more consistent rate.
That's what they need, more of that. 4 runs a ball is what they needed, and they've started it off well. 11 more of those to win it. Running out of time, but he used the pace well, opened the face up and got it wide of that deep third man. Tiwari needs something unbelievable here. Like we said, 44 of 11.
Yeah, they need to go at a boundary every ball, which is asking for a lot. Tiwari has been nicely done. Now they'll get a single, so which means that the equation becomes almost impossible. Now they'll have to depend on an external factor, wide, no ball, just to get back.
Right, they got off to a very pedestrian start, and that's really cost them. Carter, the man on strike, 6 off 9. Too much to do here for the Giants.
Oh, well, another single, but I'll tell you that there's a lot of skill we see still from Nuwan Pradeep. He's mixing it up, he's outthinking the batter. Yuvraj Singh will be very pleased. He played a very good innings, especially in that middle, John, when there was, the strikers were struggling a little bit. They were going at a little better than a runner ball. When he came in and played that cameo, just got that momentum going, and eventually turning out to be a very good score here. Again, Tiwari opens the face of the bat, but only a single. He's bowling to a well-set field. He's bowling that line well. Nuwan Pradeep
knows that players that are in are wanting to try and launch it into the onside. And what he has done, he's bowled full and wide, and he's executed really well. He's bowled with really good pace. That bouncer early on really was a statement. He was up for the fight, and he's bowled brilliantly throughout.
pace off. This time might be 4. It is. He gets a boundary. They're making an effort. But the problem is, I think they've left it a little bit too late.
That's right, they've left it too much to do at the back end. New players coming to the crease. It's partnerships 37 off 23, but they're still way off the pace. Those first 2 to 3 overs has really cost them dearly.
That was very well played. Swung into the gap at square leg. This is the last ball of the over. Again, this time might be taken, I think. Lairu Tirimana underneath it. He takes the catch. It's time for Carter to go. Wicket number 4. As Dubai Giants sink even further.
That's right. Fire is fading quickly here. Good bowling, good catching, and really a wonderful evening out there. Really been on top of their game. Being pretty clinical in how they're finishing it. So Jonathan Carter, his time out the middle is done. He's gone for 11 of 12. Giants 49 for 4.
Right, Gurkeet Mann is the new batter. He's the youngest player in the game, just 33 years. But he's at the non-strikers end because Tiwari needs to get 37 of 6 to try and win this game for the Giants. Starts off with a full toss and it's, oh, what an effort. What an effort on the boundary. It's gone for 6, but I'll tell you, it's full marks for that effort.
Dan Christian, he is superb in every department of T20 cricket. This time getting underneath it, just in front of that boundary rope. He timed the leap well, it seemed. He did, and it just got out of the fingertips and went over for 6.
Right, they got a 6 off the first ball. That's a wide, that's a wide. 31 of 5. 30 of 5 in fact. They still need to go at 6 a ball. That's still asking for a lot.
What entertainment we've been treated to in this opening game. Opening night. 2 games on tomorrow. Double headers coming thick and fast. Plenty of action, plenty of icon players and legends. And get down to the ground if you got the chance. You won't see too many of these guys around for too much longer.
See, that's going to be the challenge when they are double hitters. And cricket every day. Let's see how the bodies react after today. Right, we got 30 of 5. Well bowled, very well bowled. Has it settled it? Yorker, single, 29 of 4.
One of the more recently retired players out in the centre. Right on it, he did well to even keep that out. Wonderful angling in Yorker, right on the money. He's played at all levels, every competition around the world, bat and ball, right at the top of the wanted list from teams.
Yeah, he's an experienced player. He's been, even in his heyday, he was a T20 specialist. He had such a wicked, slower delivery, a slow bounce, cutter into the pitch, a wide Yorker. There is so much of variety, so much in his armory. Rudana, he was a highly sought after player, I should say, when he played for Sri Lanka. So he's got what? You need 29 of 4. Gurkeet is the batter on strike. Gurkeet, the youngest in the tournament. Swing and a miss. That's a dot. That's a precious dot.
Swing and a miss. And 29 now. 3 balls. Very pedestrian start from the Giants. Has cost them here, and the clinical bowling at the death has been superb. The strikers.
3 balls left in the over. Pace of the ball, down to long off for a single. He is throwing up his bag of tricks, is Rudana. That time pace off into the pitch, ball not arriving. Very little pace to play with.
Back of the hand, super stuff. Really, one step ahead it seems in every situation at the moment, and interesting to see which players find their feet the quickest in this tournament as well. I think that's going to be very, very important. You have a really good start, get some momentum early.
2 balls to go. Will that be called a wide? It is a wide. That's because it was sliding down the leg side. Umpire Sangajaya Surya just confirming it. Isuru Udana is not going to contest it. 27 of 2.
Not really needed in this situation, but he's just taking himself if he can still bowl a decent bumper. And he can, or just a bit high. But 2 deliveries to go.
What a start to this Legends Cricket Trophy. We have seen real entertainment. Down the ground, will it go for 4? I don't think it's timed well. Great piece of work on the boundary, but still a boundary. Tiwari is really going to go down with a fight here. He's moved to 35 of 15, striking at 233.
Wonderful hand. He's come in and he's given it his all. So has the fielder. Not managing to rein it in. So 14 off this final over. Just firing a bit too late here to make an impact.
Last ball of the innings. Oh, on the helmet. They'll get a single. I hope he's all right. It rushed him, it bounced him. But that concludes the game. 64 for 4. Dubai Giants, they fall by 21 runs. That's a fairly big margin in a 9-over game, because New York Strikers has dominated this game, batting, bowling and fielding.
Yuvraj Singh, he is most certainly pleased with his first outing in this tournament. His team did the simple things well, you got to say. They got a good bowling unit as well as a very, very good batting unit, and he led from the front to the skipper tonight.
He certainly did, I think. I like the way he constructed the innings, like the way he came in and just released the pressure with those sixers, got the momentum back. 85 for 4 in 9 overs was always a challenging score. And Dubai Giants just struggled. They never had that stable platform. They couldn't set the tone at the top. And as a result of it, 21 runs is a pretty decisive victory for the Strikers.
Yeah, look as well, de Granholm didn't really have much to do today, and he's a very good package, most certainly. Bat and ball might just get a bit of a run in their next game, a bit more to do, and if it goes the full distance of 90 balls.
Harbhajan Singh will be pleased. He won the toss. He won't be pleased, I beg your pardon. He won the toss, decided to bowl first. Just wasn't sure how the surface would play and wanted to aim at a target. Preferred to chase rather than setting a target. And eventually, New York Strikers, they were very good, winning by 21 runs, making 85 for 4 and restricting the Dubai Giants to just 64 for 4 in the allotted 9 overs.
Couple of handshakes, couple of stiff bodies in the morning, no doubt. Nice little crowd here for the opening evening. Tomorrow as well. Don't miss it, double header tomorrow, starting at 4 p.m. The second match at 7 p.m.
So 21 runs for New York Strikers in the opening game in this Legends Cricket Trophy. Season 2, 2024 at the Pallekele International Stadium. And I can tell you that we had an array of stars, some really big names. And we were able to catch a glimpse of their old form or old ability. But still, it promises to be very interesting. So much of cricket left in this tournament. An interesting thing will be to make sure that they get those fit bodies on the field. So they need to be carrying enough reserves, enough spare players to come in. We do know that the double headers are going to set in from tomorrow. That's where it's going to be a challenge, as I said. Right. It's pretty friendly out there, friendly banter between the two teams. A game is over. You don't see that intensity, not even on the field. The celebrations when they take catches or sixes, it's pretty casual. And let's show you the wickets. This was the first one. Salman Mere was looking to swing on the leg side, and it was Asela Gunratne who got the first one. And then Thisara Perera getting out to a full toss, well caught in the deep.
Udana, the man catching it, and Karchap holding out, long on. Lovely take in the deep as well. Diramana, the fielder, so too much to do. Surab Tiwari with a really wonderful 36 from 16, but early on they really did struggle and battled to get anywhere close to that target in the end.
Well, not much to show even in terms of partnerships. Keep an eye on the runs versus balls, 12 of 23 between Levy and Mere. That was the one that really, I think, pushed them back. And then it was 37 of 24 between Tiwari and Carter, but that wasn't good enough. And then eventually 15 of 8. Tiwari really tried hard, but at that point, I believe Dubai Giants had passed the no-return point. So what's happening?
So a really wonderful and clinical bowling performance all round. Udana, no wickets, but a wonderful spell. 2 wickets for Gunaratne. And the rest of the team is really good work, economical as well, and bowled superbly as a unit tonight.
So we've seen 54 balls apiece for the two teams, and the New York Strikers winning by 21 runs in this opening game of the Legends Cricket Trophy 2004 Season 2. That's how the game ended. Well, New York Strikers of 54 balls made 85 for 4, with Yuvraj Singh making 28, Peterson 22, and then Dubai Giants managed just 64 of 4, with Strikers winning by 21 runs. Right, we're going to take a short break and we'll be back with the presentation with Alan Wilkins.
There isn't one.
This Jacqueline is not here.
Right, 9 New York Strikers winning by 21 runs, and time to join Alan Wilkins with the post-match presentation.
Yes, welcome to the post-match presentation here, the Magic Win Sports Legends Cricket Trophy Season 2. And we thank our sponsors, ARC Developers, Star Sports and Bally's Entertainment. Moving on to our awards, the Magic Win Sports Player of the Match, a check for $500 will be presented by the wonderful Jacqueline Fernandez. And Jacqueline, if you'd like to present this check to Yuvraj Singh, who's captain of the New York Strikers. And as the check goes, Jacqueline, I have to talk to you because you are in many ways an ambassador for Sri Lanka. Well done for the opening ceremony. How was that?
Oh, it was just exciting, thrilling. The audience was great. The energy was good. It's the first time I'm performing in the stadium, so it was a new experience for me.
Huge tournament here for Sri Lanka, for the cricketers, for everyone involved with Sri Lanka. Tell us about, because you are an ambassador for the country, why should the world come to Sri Lanka?
Well, shortly, it is truly a paradise island. There is something for any type of tourist over here, and it's tiny enough for you to explore in over a short period of time, which is what I love the most. But there's a lot of smiling faces and happy people, so it makes a great experience.
Does your schedule allow you to watch more cricket for this tournament?
No, unfortunately not. Even this, I was just able to catch a bit of the second half, so no, but I will catch it on TV.
All right, watch it on TV. And one final word, if you had to say to someone, name 3 places in Sri Lanka where they should come and see.
Okay, so Kandy being one of them. It's got a beautiful Kandy lake, which is lovely to see. Galle Fort, which is down south, beautiful beaches. And one of my personal favorites is Nuwara, and those are the like the tea estates, still very, very charming and beautiful and cool, beautiful weather.
Lovely. I can't imagine the word cool in this part of the world.
Oh, yes, very cool, actually.
Jacqueline, thanks very much indeed, and thanks for presenting the award as well. Thanks, Jacqueline. All right, we move on to the Dubai Giants Electric Wicket Award. This is $500 to be presented by Shivin Sharma, who's Director of Legends Cricket Tournament, and this will be given to Asela Gunaratne, who took 2 for 12. So, Shivin Sharma. No, there we are. That's right, for the Dubai Giants Electric Cricket Wicket Award. Asela Gunaratne. Thank you very much, Asela. And finally, the New York Strikers Maximum Sixes Award, $500 check, presented by Mr. Sagar Khanna, who's owner of the New York Strikers. This is Daniel Christian, who smashed 2 sixes, one of them rather brutally over extra flat 6. So Sagar Khanna, owner of the New York Strikers. And we thank all our VIPs, and Jacqueline and Sagar, thanks very much indeed, and we look forward to a fantastic tournament, and you watch it on TV. We'll look forward to that. Thank you, and that concludes our presentation.
Right, so New York Strikers winning by 21 runs. Quite a comprehensive win for them in this opening day or the opening game of the Legends Cricket Trophy 2024. Let's try and show you, remind you about what happened in this opening game. New York Strikers making 85 for 4, Yuvraj Singh 28 of 16, Peterson 22 of 18, and Dubai Giants in reply just 64 for 4 of 54 balls.
Marching out there was some wonderful stroke play. A first delivery, Lakmal. The people and players trying to just find their feet early on. Some good catches along the way, certainly. Well positioned Pereira on this occasion. And then Yuvraj Singh entertained us this evening. Some brilliant stroke play, had just rolled the years back to many fond memories of him clearing the boundary, and that was the best shot of the evening, I thought.
Yeah, it was Yuvraj Singh of old. But this catch by Suranga Lakmal was outstanding on the third man boundary. Ran around, timed that catch, but then what about this? Started off Daniel Christian, 2 massive hits One over extra cover. Alvaro Peterson kept getting runs. Some off the edge, some off the middle of the bat, and runs were coming for the strikers, and they were coming quite quickly before this happened. Christian was run out by the length of the pitch, but then I thought 85 for 4 was a good score for the strikers of 9 overs. And all they need was a good start. Solomon Mire tried hard, but they never were able to dominate, with Asela Gunaratne striking first.
The slow start really did cost them. Levy retiring out. Good catch. Suru Udana, he had a wonderful night catching, ball in hand as well. Tawari, he fought very hard. He gave them the push right at the very end. He got 36 off 16 deliveries, a brilliant knock. He launched a few into orbit this evening as well.
He was trying hard, he really tried hard. There wasn't a great amount of feet movement, but the bat certainly did move. Carter joined in the fun, but then eventually held out to the man at long on. And at that point, the writing was on the wall. Well, they needed 36 runs of the last over, but they were never going to get it. Tiwari again tried hard, sixers and fours, but they needed much more. And eventually New York Strikers winning by 21 runs, quite a comprehensive win. The opening game of this day one in this Legends Cricket Trophy 2024. Right. We're going to have more cricket coming up as this tournament progresses. Day 2 is going to be even exciting. We're going to have a double header. The first game starting at 4 o'clock between Kings and Candy Sampami, and then Dubai Giants would be playing again Delhi Daredevils. That's match number 3 starting at 7. Delhi Devils, that is. Match number 3 at 7 p.m. So we're going to be live at the Pallekele International Stadium tomorrow. So join us. Don't forget to join us, as cricket is going to be very interesting and exciting.